What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So today's video is going to be more of a critical one because we will be criticizing all of the flaws, all of the issues that I have with Slime Isekai Memories, in hopes that maybe with some luck, someone out there, one of the devs, one of the PR managers, someone watches this video and decides, hey, those are some pretty good changes. But yeah, so this video is going to be going over my own personal issues that I have with the game in hopes to create a better game in the future. So you got to premise this by saying that I enjoy the game. The reason I'm making a video being critical of it is because I want it to be better, right? I would like this game to succeed because it's a really cool IP. They have a really cool base of a game, but it can be improved on significantly. There are so many issues with it. And so many lack of things that are in here that I want to see them implemented relatively soon so we can get a better product at the end of the day. If people don't play the game's going to die and fall over. So the company needs to do their best, Bandai, I'm talking about you, to make this game succeed. And unfortunately, they don't really have a good track record of doing so, but let's see what happens. Now, premise number 2 is there's a lot of low IQ people who love to comment. You know, anytime you have a complaint about anything, you'll see them. They're ready to type. You know, they won't even be watching the video. They can smell the complaint, right? They can smell the criticisms away, and they're on their keyboards, pushing up their glasses with the finger and going, well, if you have all these problems with the game, maybe you shouldn't be playing the game. No one's forcing you to play the game. Yeah. So unfortunately, the way logic works is when you want something to be better, you have to fix the things that are not good. That is how stuff improves. So with that out of the way, hopefully we have a good understanding. We got a good baseline on how to move our conversations forward. Now, I will not be doing much moving around in here because the game has crashed twice with me just pressing random buttons. And I just want to play the game, man. And that's going to kind of start us off with our first issue. Because the game is very buggy. The game was released almost, I would say, 6 weeks earlier than its intended release. From what we saw, the game should have been released by the end of November. And it's not. It's released literally like beginning of October. And that's all fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with having an early release if the game is finished. But there are so many issues that there's no way that any QA testing actually happened to the point where, you know, we can be like, yeah, this game is ready for launch. This game was not ready for launch. It was incomplete, and maybe the content was there. We'll get to the content section later, but regardless of the content, it is just buggy. Things do not function. I have gotten so many random, I'll hit a button. I could probably replicate it by just hitting something, right? Like if I like what I did last time is I hit Predator mission and it just closed. And this is something that happens. Yeah. Okay, I gotta mute this real quick because the intro music is literally going to get this video demonetized. But let's talk. The game is unfinished, man. And unfortunately, there's not much you can improve on here besides the fact that, you know, you pray that they fix these bugs and these crashing issues quick. Because the more this stuff happens, you know how much frustration there is when you're just trying to play the game. I'm trying to record a video and I'm getting crashed on. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I want to make content on your game, but you are not allowing me to do so. Like, the game is actively trying to implode on itself, and it's really unfortunate. But whatever, you know, like that sucks. There's not much of a solution for me to offer here besides just fix the game. Now, outside of the early or the bugs and stuff like that, and keep in mind, you know, like I'm playing on BlueStacks, but this is not a BlueStacks issue. This is a genuinely a game issue. I play on my phone 95% of the time, and I only move my account over to BlueStacks when I need to record. So I am playing on my phone. This same exact things happen on my phone. No difference whatsoever. On top of that, it just has horrible emulator support to begin with. Things just do not function. You need to change the way your graphics are being displayed just to get animations to show up. Like, you'll probably notice that I have like black screens on some of my stuff. I pull this up and you're like wondering why is nothing popping up. It's because of the way the graphics are being displayed, and I have to change that for it to be displayed better. But the game is even more buggy when that happens. So really unfortunate, but it is what it is. But moving past that part, right? We get it. There's frustrations with that, but we gotta move past. While I'm on this screen, let's talk about banners. One of the biggest reasons that games die is because their not content schedule, their release of new banners is horrible, absolutely abysmal. We are 3 weeks into this game, right? Like, I think the daily login for, if I actually go here, I might be able to see. I go to event. I think I started on 1 day late, so we might only be 23 days in. Could be 24. I might have missed a login. I don't know, but you can see that down here, right? We are 3 weeks into the game, and we have 3 new banners. What is going on? We should have 1 banner right now. It should be the Diablo banner, and it should have came out when Veldora came out. For whatever reason, we got this Diablo banner within days of the game being out. What is wrong? Like, why are you doing this? It's so weird. And their choice of units is extremely weird. Diablo, like, for whatever reason, they're just not following the storyline to release units in order, which is whack, because the hype stuff happens the further into the story, and they're dropping it all now. Why are they doing that? Why do we have human Veldora? Why do we have Dragon Milim? And why are we going to get Demon Lord Rimuru? Who knows, probably next week based on the leaks. It makes absolutely no sense. They're literally going to burn themselves out, and people are just not going to summon because they're like, why would I? Imagine having all those characters released, and then they come out with like, I don't know, some like 5-star like Gobta from like season 1, and you're gonna be like, what? Like, what is going on? It's so weird. Like, the units we should be getting now is like, those 3 human people from Fuse's guild, like, those should be a banner right now. That's something that like makes sense for a season 1 or for a first banner. It's like those 3 characters, or maybe Shizue, right? Like, Shizue would be a great like an absolutely phenomenal first banner in this game because it makes sense. But it's so weird. Like, the fact that we have 3 banners, all, keep in mind, they're all separated. Like, this banner right here is the only one with 2 new units, but Veldora and Milim have 1 unit on them. And now, like, this is now transitioning to the next part, is we're getting banners so frequently that the game is just going to die, right? You cannot have this type of banner schedule. It just doesn't make sense. There's absolutely no reason to do this. The quickest you should be doing banners at any given point is 2 weeks. Meaning, like I said, we should only have 1 banner with another banner coming. Like, the way it should have gone is Diablo should have came out last week, and Veldora should have come out next week. That's the proper way to go about this. And keep in mind, Veldora is weird, because at least with Diablo and Milim, they're part of the event, right? It's like Nation of Monsters, Diabolic Secretary. Veldora is just there to be there. Like, there's no rhyme or reason why Veldora exists here. So that's another problem altogether, right? So the way they're releasing the banners, like the frequency and the units that are being released, absolutely no sense. Now, the consequence of this is the lack of currency. For whatever reason, if we were getting about 5 times the currency we would be getting now, we still might not have enough to summon on everything. That's how much lack of currency exists. I am one of the luckiest players on this server. If you check I have not spent $1. And this is my box. Take a look. Besides the 2 free units, Soe, 2 copies, Milim, 2 copies, Trainee, 2 copies, Diablo, 2 copies, Benimaru, Shuna, freaking Gazelle. This is free to play. Veldora, Slime, like Water Rimuru, Space Ranga, and then Ramaris, Shion, Orc Disaster. There are probably less than like 10 people who are free to play who have a better account than me. And if they do, they most likely have less gems than me. Why did I hit the same thing? Like, I'm sitting on 3,000 gems, right? Because for both of these banners, one, my reroll was phenomenal, and then two, I pulled Diablo and Shion in 7 multis, and then I pulled 5 stars, including Veldora, in 4 multis here. And everything else is just tickets, right? Like these 16 extra summons are just ticket summons. So it's like, it is so weird. Like I'm really lucky, and I still feel like there's not enough. I have to skip Milim, even though I have 3,000, because 10 multis doesn't guarantee me Milim. So I'm just going to wait because I don't really need Milim, and it would be a waste because who knows how long it's going to take to get another 3,000. Ideally, I would like to have 20 multis, aka 6,000 crystals, to summon. There's just not enough being given out. And here's an example. You go under here, your dailies give you 15. 15 is half of a single. Why? Why can't we at least get a single a day? Minimum. You should be, with the frequency of these banners, you should be getting like, I would say realistically, you should be getting 3 to 5 summons a day with this. And the fact that the free summon once a day was only a limited thing, that should be an everyday thing. You should be getting a free summon on every banner, every single day. That's just how it should be. Like that's common sense. So let's move past the currency and that. My next issue is we're gonna go over to the content, right? Please don't crash. The biggest form of content that we have right now is Conquest. And Conquest is the hardest things we have available in the game, and they are the way that we can progress our units once you get them all to Awaken level 4. Conquest is how we get 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star gear. But what ends up happening is, it is extremely difficult to beat Conquest on the final missions. It is probably pretty difficult to beat it on Expert too, and the strategy that we have to utilize is taking a 3-star character, using their ability with a 30% chance at most, and praying to God that the stun hits. And that's just a strat on every single Conquest in the entire game. Why? Why is that the case? These should be better designed, better managed difficulty, and the rewards are horrible. Man, don't get me started on how bad these rewards are. The silver hammer should be down here, the bronze hammer should be down here. And like you should be able to get magic cores from beginner. Like everything needs to shift down, and master needs to give you golden hammers. Why it doesn't do that? Who knows? Horrible decision. And like you have to do this on all of them? Like I'm pretty lucky that I could even do expert on Orc Disaster, and I might be able to do master in like 2 weeks, right? But I have to gear up my units, and that's only because I have a light leader with 2 light units. Yeah, like it makes no sense. And I personally have this issue where because there's seven of these, the way it works is, let's say I want to take on like this Milim, right? And I need to build up my space team because the space units are the only units I have in the game. I need to somehow beat a mission that the best team to beat it is Earth and not space. Why? Why wouldn't my space team be useful to get space material for the space conquest? My space team is irrelevant. And the same thing, like, it's such a weird, it's so backwards. Moving on from that's like, again, a whole issue with how the difficulty works and the reward system being bad. Stamina problems. Why do stamina pots give 10 stamina? Why do they not just give full stamina like every other game in the world? And like, maybe, like, there are games, for example, like Epic 7 doesn't give full stamina, and I'm sure there's other games that don't give full stamina, but why 10? 10 is useless. Every mission requires you, like, at least 15 stamina. This needs to be minimum 30 to 50 stamina a pot. And at that point, it's like normal. Like, that is not asking for above and beyond. That is asking for a normal amount of stamina pots. There's no reason why this should give 10. And never, please never, ever spend crystals on stamina. You're free to play, you're not free to play. It's such a waste, man. But yeah. Let's go over to the shop. Shop is the next thing, getting the hammer. The shops are all garbage. Every single one. Across the board. It just doesn't matter. Like, 10 3-star dupes for 1 ticket. 10 dupes for 1 ticket. Huh. Very weird. Why would I ever want to do that? There's no golden hammers in any of these shops. I am so confused. Seeds of Growth Bazaar is whoa, this one is whack. There's just nothing in here. This is a regular one, by the way. The skill enhancement material, that's not the level 3 either. Why? Tempest Coin Bazaar shop is whatever, because I can at least get stamina pots. But it should cost 5 coins instead of 20. Everything else in here is useless. Every single else thing in here is absolute garbage. There should be hammers in here, 100%. Friendship Bazaar is the only reasonable one because you can get hammers, you can get summoning tickets, and you can get stamina pots. You probably won't be able to get all of them within a month. We can talk about prices, but this is the only reasonable shop in the entire game. Event Bazaar is kind of cool, so I'll leave it at that. And let's talk about this. Yeah. These are horrible prices. This is like this right here, 1500 magic crystals to do. So we're talking about five multis. 5 multis cost $80. Why? Meaning to hit pity, you need to do 80 times 4. Why? Why do I need to spend $320 to hit the pity? Why? Like, these should be slashed in half, every single one, across the board, right? Every single thing in here should be half the price. And at that point, it's still not good. The packs are absolutely horrible. Man, it really is disappointing. That this shop is absolutely disgusting. I feel bad for anyone who has spent $1 on this game. And you might love the game, and that's fine. But you're getting ripped off completely. Yeah. It's just a big rip-off. But we're pretty much wrapping up the things that truly bother me in this game. I'll talk about one of the bigger issues that I have in terms of actual gameplay is how the skills work. So in order to level up your skills, you need the corresponding color material to get them up. And that's just how it is, right? So I need this rainbow background or this rainbow border to level up this. If I have a skill between 1 and 3, I need the plain border. If I have it between 4 and 6, I need the gold border. That's just how it is. And that's not a problem. The problem is you can do 2 predators a day that give you 0. I have done, keep in mind, 20, how many days are we in here? 20, 22, 23 days? I have gotten the purple or the rainbow border 0 times from Predator. The ones that I have here are from the event, right? The 5 times Predator that you can do. But from the normal Predator that you can do 2 times a day, I've gotten the rainbow 0 times. It is horrible. And then my final thing that'll wrap it up is the gameplay is pretty simple. All the characters just attack, right? They don't do anything else. They just attack. So the gameplay loop is not unique, and the uniqueness comes from the battle skills, but the battle skills are also not unique. Everyone has, like, every battle skill that exists on someone else. And that's kind of an issue where it doesn't incentivize a reason to go for certain units where you can just use whatever you want because like they just exist, right? There's no like, oh, this is the best buffer in the game. No, because 14 buffers exist. Oh, this is the best healer in the game because no, 7 healers exist. And like maybe that's true. Like maybe there is a best healer because someone's heal is slightly better. But it's weird. Everyone's ultimate is the exact same thing. It's either single target or AoE. It doesn't do anything else. Really, really weird. But yeah, I'll wrap it up there. That's kind of like my rant. Hopefully this, like, someone sees this and one of these things gets fixed. I really wish it does. The game is a lot of fun and I wanted to see it improved so that I can continue to make content on it. Like it's really pushing me away when like it just has all these issues that shouldn't exist. But yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And let me know what you think. Let me know what your issues are. Maybe I didn't list something that you think is bad, or maybe you don't have an issue with one of the things I said. That's completely fine. But yeah, let me know how it goes. And I'll see you all next time. Peace out.